Today I've got one thing that is going to destroy your YouTube channel, and I've got 3 tips on how you can avoid it. Alright, so I'm down here in San Diego. I am actually working a convention down here, and I had a little free time, so I thought I'd walk out to the beach, the grassy area, go do a little exploring before I have to go back in and shoot some more. But I wanted to make this video all about one thing that will destroy your channel, and something that I see kind of all over YouTube right now. People complaining, people being super negative about certain stuff. But before we get into that, my name is Jevin Dovey. If you're new here to this channel, I do a lot of filmmaking tutorials, camera reviews, and I also do some YouTube training videos. So if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button after you finish watching this video. Also, right now I'm missing my hat. If you're a subscriber, I generally wear a hat. However, something really cool is that I am now selling my hat. It's something that I'm super excited about. So if you've watched my videos and you like the hat, the one with the little mountain range on it, that is something that I personally have been making, and I'll put a link down in the description where you can buy it. All right, so let's talk about what is gonna destroy your YouTube channel. And this is super important, and it's something that I've been seeing more and more of recently. So there's a lot of talk about the different changes that are being made on YouTube with the algorithm, or like different things that are being censored. The issue is that people are so worried about the things that we can't do, the negative aspects about YouTube, and they stop focusing on the things that actually matter, the creating good content and actually caring about the content you create. So if you fall in this trap of caring about, the negative aspects about YouTube, what happens is you kind of lose the whole point of doing YouTube in the first place, which is creating awesome content and building a community around the content that you create. So yes, I understand it's frustrating when YouTube makes a change, or they change the terms of service and things that you can produce or can't produce, or they limit what you can produce and upload to YouTube, but it doesn't mean that you should focus on that and stop creating content because of that. The biggest thing that kills a channel is when somebody, starts it for a few months and they're not growing, or they're not growing fast enough in their eyes, and they just decide to quit and walk away. That is the worst thing that you can do for your channel, because when you quit and walk away, that's it, you're done. Basically, YouTube takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. It's not something that's just gonna come overnight, and the people that you see here on YouTube have been working at it for a long time. It takes a lot of videos to get to the point where you're growing and making money off this, if that's what you're trying to do. It's not something that you're gonna be able to flip on and then 2 months later you're gonna have this reoccurring revenue coming in, and then you're gonna be able to become a full-time YouTuber. Sometimes it takes years for people to become full-time YouTubers. And so this is something that I really wanted to touch on, is that when you're focusing on the negative aspects of YouTube, and you're focusing on what you can't do, and you're focusing on the fact that you're not growing, and all you care about is subscribers and views and numbers, and you're just looking at other people's channels and thinking well, my videos are just as good as his channel, why aren't I growing? Why aren't I bigger? You gotta keep in mind that YouTube is a crazy ultra marathon, and it's not a sprint. Everyone talks about this. It's a really common thing to talk about, is that YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. And when it comes to that, you have to realize that if you see a channel that is doing better than you have to look at how long they've been creating content and how many videos they have online. If you look at my channel, I have hundreds of videos. I'm almost at my 500th video, which is crazy to think about. I've also been doing this for 3 years. Now, my first year, I made 200 videos, and I was getting 200 views per video. Now, some people within their first year, they get to the point where they're starting to build a big subscriber base, and you are getting thousands of views per video. Everyone's journey is a little bit different, but the common thing across every channel is that it takes time. Now, there's definitely channels that spike and take off and get a huge following out of nowhere. That does happen, but it's a rare thing. And what's more common is that your channel will take time to take off. You're gonna have to put the time and effort in to grow the following. You have to get your base. You have to build relationships with the people who are watching your content. And you can't just expect viewers to care about what you're producing if you're just started out on the platform. It takes time to build that trust, and you have to build a community around your content to be able to become successful on YouTube. So I've got 3 tips that are gonna help you on your YouTube journey, things that I think you really need to do to become successful on this platform. So tip number 1 is put in the time Don't think about in days or months, you need to think about in years. So if you're gonna go down this path and you wanna become a successful YouTuber, you need to think about your 1-year plan, 3-year plan, 5-year plan versus your 1-month plan or like 10-day plan. So it takes time to build your channel, like I was saying, and it takes a lot of videos. So you need to be ready to be in for the long haul and plan to be shooting this content over the next few years before you'll become successful on the platform and get to the point that you wanna get. Now, it might happen faster, but I want you to think in terms of length of time. It's a marathon, ultra marathon. It's gonna take a very long time. It's like a 50 miler or a 100 miler. It's a huge race. It's not gonna happen overnight. So tip number 2 is that you need to be consistent. So when you start going down this path of creating content on YouTube, you need to set yourself up a schedule. Now, I post either once a week or twice a week, and I really highly suggest that you post at least once a week on your channel. And I say this for 2 reasons, and the first is for you to keep yourself accountable. You need to set up a schedule so that you're constantly creating content. This will challenge you and this will force you to get in that creative mode and get out of your head, so you're not like thinking about the video so much where you don't actually ever release a video and then you're always just focused on creating the content rather than getting it out and moving on to the next one. Now, I'm not saying make bad videos, but what I'm saying is if you focus too much on making the perfect video, then you're never gonna move forward. And the key with YouTube is always moving forward, always creating new content and trying something new. So try to set yourself up on a schedule. Like I said, once a week is a great way to start, and just to keep yourself moving. And the second reason I say this is that the more that you put your content out there, the more trust you'll build within your YouTube channel, the more community that you'll build, because you'll keep popping up more and more on people's feeds. So the more that people see you, the more that people wanna see more of your content, and they also expect more of your content. So if you put yourself on a schedule, your channel will earn more trust and your community will grow, and that's how your channel will evolve and become bigger and bigger. You have to have that aspect of it, and that's why it takes time to build your channel. So tip number 3, and this is super important, and it's listen, watch, and evolve. And so what I mean by this is you need to listen to your community. You need to listen to the people that are commenting on your videos and actually engage with them. So if your viewers are asking for a certain style of video or a certain type of video, then you should produce those types of videos and actually create content that people want to see. Now, the second part to this is watch. You need to watch your analytics on your channel, and you need to see what's performing well. The best way to grow on YouTube is to understand what does well for your channel, what people like seeing in your niche, and what you should create moving forward. If you don't watch your analytics, if you don't see what's going on, then you won't know what to produce moving forward, or you'll just keep producing content that people actually don't want to see. So you need to watch, you need to create that content, and you also need to, take risks sometimes and create new content to see if it performs well. So the third part to this is engage. And what I mean by this is you need to engage with your community and not just the people on your channel. So yes, you need to comment back to people, you need to have that conversation going on, but you also need to engage with the other creators that are in your niche. So one of the things I do is I like to go on Twitter and actually talk to the different creators and actually join the conversation. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you need to find where the other creators are in your niche and just join in the conversation no matter what size channel you are. You could tweet someone and there's a good chance they'll tweet you back. You need to be a real human and having engaging conversations, actually caring about the content that you're producing and actually caring about the community that you're producing content for. So guys, make sure you stop caring about the negative aspects that are going on YouTube. Yes, you have to be aware of things that are happening within the community, but you gotta remember these social media networks, they run off of things like ad revenue, and if advertisers don't wanna advertise on these platforms, then they lose all revenue streams. If you're trying to make money off of YouTube, you're gonna be making money off these advertisers as well. So you can't worry so much about things that are out of your control. If the community guidelines change, if the way that you have to upload content changes, you need to be like a willow and bend with it. You need to change, and you need to just create content that makes sense for you and that fits within the confines of these platforms. I know it's easy to get upset about these changes, but when you focus on these negative aspects, that's when your channel's gonna tank, because you're not gonna be caring about what actually matters, and that is the content that you're producing. So get out there, produce awesome content, create a plan, and just be an active part of your community and be a voice in your community. All right guys, that is it. If you're new here to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, I do a lot of filmmaking tutorials, camera reviews, like I was saying. I do some YouTube training as well. And guys, I have a full 1 hour free YouTube training down in the description. I highly suggest you, if you're trying to become successful on this platform, that you head down there and check that out, because it's a ton of information packed into an hour class. And guys, that's it. I'll see you on the next one.